Everybody, in this video we're going to start a new project, and it's going to be building a calculator app in the terminal for Python. And I think this should be like a pretty straightforward project, but just getting more experience with planning a project from scratch and going about implementing it and maybe relying on some third-party libraries. So as in every video, I always love to start out with, in every project rather, I love to start out with making a planning document, what kind of features do I want to include, and then spending subsequent videos implementing it. So I have Sublime Text here open with the calculator folder that I made, and let's plan this out. So I'm gonna make a new file here, and let's call it like planning. Oh, actually, hold on. No, let's go right-click, new file. So let's see, and then save it as planning.txt. And the benefits, of course, of doing right-click new file is that we have the file inside the folder. So this is going to be, now I googled some calculator app on Google Images, and I think like we should consider some of the functionality. So what's going to be, I guess the first question is, what's going to be the interface? And let me make this bigger by doing Command plus here. The interface, well, that'll be like the terminal that we've been like working with. So what I'm kind of imagining right now is that we kind of ask a user like, okay, like what operation do you want to do? Like maybe, so like we present user with what operation? Multiplication, maybe like division, subtraction, etc. And right, so like they can like press a number, so they can press a number to select an operation. And so once they do that, then right in a calculator, if you say like multiply or something like that, well then, like we need to figure out like what numbers to multiply, right? So then once we select an operation, we're gonna like ask the user for some input. So I guess like here's the interface, and I guess we can define right here our flow. So what's the app gonna look like? And then once we get their input, we'll process the input and then output the result. So that's kind of how like our interface is gonna be terminal. Here's our general flow. Now let's think of some features that would be super cool on a calculator. Well, obviously all the operations. And let's define what those are. So plus, minus, division, multiplication. Oh, we'll do like modulo. Why not get some experience with that? Raising something to the power, like an exponent. Logarithm would be pretty cool. Maybe ceiling, floor. Touch on what we covered in a previous video. And let's get like a wish list kind of going here. Let's think of a pretty ambitious like mathematical operation. Why don't we do like a derivative? If you guys like don't know what a derivative is, like for calculus, don't worry about it. That'll be like touched on probably in like a kind of like a wish list video. So don't worry about it. This is just gonna be probably good practice, like using a third-party library and getting the derivative of a certain function you give it. Definitely like a history, so like I can be grouped up over here. Let's consider like the history. I think like what calculations we did, like we did 5 times 4. Like in any calculator, we can especially like the TI-84, if you guys ever use that, you can like press up and see what your operations are. We want like the ability to clear the screen. And in Python, after you run a bunch of commands, the output might stay there, so clearing the screen would be super neat. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, square root. Let's see here. Oh, what is this? Advertisement. Okay, don't do that. Let's see what else is in a calculator. I think this might be good for now. Screen, history. I think this might be pretty solid. Here we have an expanded output right here. Maybe actually, if we have some, so I think a pretty cool wish list item. So why don't we do it why don't we challenge ourselves here And why don't we have some functionality, right? That says like 3 times 4 plus 2, for example, right? Because we currently have this like this flow where we're going to be asking the user what operation we do, and we allow the user to provide some numbers. But wouldn't it be neat to like take an expression like this and kind of evaluate it going like left to right, for example? So I think that could be definitely like a wish list item we tackle. So like free form kind of input. All right, I think that should be it. I think that should be it. I think that's good. And if you guys like have any other comments or suggestions, we can definitely include that in the comments and get continuing. All right, we have a planning document. In the next video, we'll start making this thing. See you guys then.